Hello there. So here we are starting our lecture with a not with one topic but two. Today we have two topics, and as you can see, the name of the topic is factors. Okay, and the second one is multiples. So we have factors and multiples. So first of all, we will discuss factors, and after that, we will go for multiples. Okay. So what are factors? What are factors? So factors are nothing but divisors. Okay, factors of a number are its divisors. Okay, suppose I have a number over here 10. So all the numbers which are divisors of 10 will be considered as factors of 10. So 1 is a divisor of 10. It means it can divide 10, therefore 1 is a factor of 10. Then I have 2. 2 can divide 10, therefore it is a factor of 10. Then I have 5, and then I have 10. Okay, now before moving further, I would like to talk about division. Okay, now division can be done in two ways. First one will be called complete division. Okay, and the second one will be incomplete division. Okay, so it's not a very big deal. uh, it can be understood that when a division is complete and when a division is incomplete. Suppose I'm dividing 10 by 2. So obviously I will write here 5, and 2 5s are 10, and the remainder is 0. The remainder is 0. So whenever in a division the remainder comes to be 0, then the division will be called complete. And if I'm dividing 10 by, suppose I'm dividing it by 3, so 3 3s are 9, and in this division I will have remainder which is not equals to 0. Okay, I can have any number over here except 0. I can have 2 here, I can have 5, any number. But if 0 is not there, then the division is incomplete. Otherwise, the division is complete. Okay. So, whenever I'm talking about divisors of 10, it means all the numbers which will divide 10 completely. Okay. All the numbers by which I will divide 10, then I will get remainder 0. That will be called divisor of 10, and that number will be called factors of 10. Okay, so for 10, 1 can divide 10 completely. 1 can divide 10 in such a way that remainder will be 0. Therefore 1 is a divisor of 10. Similarly 2 is a divisor of 10. Similarly 5 and 10 are divisors of 10, and therefore all these numbers are factors of 10. Okay, this has to be understood. Okay, now I am going to write the definition. You see, factors of a number are its divisors. Okay, guys, factors of any number are its divisors. Okay, we are going to take one more example. Suppose we talk about 12, then what are factors of 12? So all those numbers which can divide 10, which can divide 12 completely, like 1, then we have 2, we have 3, 4, 6 and 12. All these numbers can divide 12 completely, therefore these are factors of 12. Suppose I talk about 36, then all the numbers which can divide 36 completely will be called as factors of 36. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4, then 6, then 9, then 12, then we have 18, then we have 36. All these numbers are factors of 36. Why? Because they are divisors of 36. Okay, because on dividing by all these numbers to 36, we will get remainder as 0. Okay, now if you observe, I'm writing factors of 10, then I'm writing factors of 12, then I have written factors of 36. So in all the collection of factors, we have one common, right? One is common in all the collection of factors, right or not? One is common in all the collection of factors. In collection of factors of 10, we have one. Then in collection of factors of 12, we have one. Then in collection of factors of 36, we have one. So one thing we should understand, that 1 is the factor of all the numbers. Okay, 1 is the factor of all the numbers. 1 is the factor of all the numbers. Okay, this we have to understand. One more thing, if you observe here, that while writing factors of 10, 10 is there. While writing factors of 12, 12 is there. While writing factors of 36, 36 is there. So whenever I will write factors of a number, the number itself will be there for sure. Okay, it means any number can divide itself. So any number is the factor of itself. Okay, a number is a factor of itself. Okay, so the second point which we should understand is any number is the factor of itself. Okay, so a number is the factor of itself. Okay, a number is the factor of itself. Okay, now this was all about factors. After this, we are going to discuss multiples. Okay, so what are multiples? So multiples of any number is the product of that number and any whole number. Okay, so before discussing definition of multiples, I think we should have a look on whole numbers. Okay, what are whole numbers? You see, all the numbers starting from 0, then 1, then 2, then 3. Okay, like so, all the numbers are considered as whole numbers. Okay, the numbers like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, these all numbers are whole numbers. Okay, up to infinity. Okay, so we have understood what are the whole numbers. Now we can go for the definition of multiples. So multiple of any number, multiple of any number is the product. Okay, is the Just give me a minute. Okay, is the product of the number and a whole number. Okay, now this will be more clear when we will discuss it with the help of an example. Suppose I'm talking about multiples of 10. So what will be multiples of 10? So any number which is a product of 10 and a whole number. Okay, any number which is product of 10 and any whole number. So if I'm multiplying 10 by 1, then I'm getting 10. It means 10 is a multiple of 10. If I'm multiplying 10 with 2, I'm getting what? I'm getting 20. It means 20 is the factor of 10. Sorry, 20 is the multiple of 10. Suppose I'm multiplying 10 with 3, I'm getting 30. So 30 is the multiple of 10. Suppose I'm multiplying 10 with 4, then I'm getting what? I'm getting 40. So 40 is a multiple of 10. Okay, like so, we can find infinite number of multiples of 10. Okay, why? Because whole numbers are infinite. Okay, so by multiplying any whole number with 10, we will get a product, and that product will be considered as multiples of 10. Okay, so this has to be understood. I think this is clear. Now let's take one more example. Suppose we have 5. So what are the multiples of 5? So all those numbers which are product of 5 and a whole number will be considered as multiples of 5. So 5 itself is the multiple of 5, then 10, then 15, then 20, then 25, and so on. So this series will not end, right? This series will not end. I can write infinite numbers. If infinite numbers, okay, I can write infinite numbers of multiples of 5. So this series will not end. In factors, we had limited numbers, right? If I talk about factors of 10, then there are only 4 factors. There are only 4 numbers which are factors of 10. Okay, but if I try to write multiples of 10, then there is no end. Okay, you cannot say that there are only 10 multiples of 10 or there are only 100 multiples of 10. There are infinite numbers of multiples of 10. There are infinite numbers of multiples of 5. Okay, so multiples of any number we cannot count, right? Multiples of any number we cannot count. So any number will have infinite numbers of multiples. Okay, any number will have infinite numbers of multiples. Okay, so let's let's write it down. Just give me a minute. Okay, a number has infinite numbers of multiples. Okay, now one more thing. If I try to write multiples of 2, so the first multiple which I will get is 2 itself. Then I will have 4, then I will have 6, then I will have 8, and then 10, and so on. Okay, so you see, all the multiples of 12 are nothing but even numbers. Okay, if I ask you to write collection of even numbers, so from where you will start? You will start from 2 only. After that 4, then 6, then 8, then 10, then 12. So all the even numbers are multiples of 2. Okay, all the even numbers are multiples of 2. This is just a small point. Okay, now we have understood that every number every number is factor of itself. Okay, this has been discussed now. A number is the factor of itself. In the same way, if you look at the multiples of 5 and multiples of 2 and multiples of 10, so 10 is a multiple of 10, 5 is a multiple of 5. Similarly, 2 is also a multiple of 2. So we can say that all the numbers are multiples of itself. Okay, all the numbers are multiple of itself, or a number is a multiple of itself. In factors, I told you that a number is factor of itself. In the same way, a number is multiple of itself as well. Okay, so this also has to be understood. A number is multiple of itself. Okay, a number is multiple of itself. Okay, so this was all about multiples. Now we are going to see some more points on factors and multiples. Okay, and this time we will discuss multiples and factors together, and in this way we will somewhere we will compare what are multiples and what are factors. Okay, so this point has been discussed earlier also, but I will discuss it again, that a number has infinite numbers of multiples. Okay, a number has infinite number of multiples. Okay, a number has infinite numbers infinite number of multiples, right? We cannot count the number of multiples of any number. If I ask you to count all the multiples of 10, then you cannot do it. Okay, if I ask you to count all the multiples of 12, you cannot do it. Okay, why? Because any number has infinite numbers of multiples, but we can count factors of any number. Okay, we can count factors of any number. So any number or a number has finite, or you can write limited also. A number has finite number of factors. Okay, so you can count the number of factors of any number, but you cannot count the number of multiples of any number. Okay, so this is just uh, a unique difference, I guess. Okay, between multiples of any number and factors of any numbers. So this has to be understood. Okay, and one more thing, all the numbers, okay, all the numbers are multiple of itself and as well as factor of itself. Any number is the multiple of itself and factor of itself. So this also has to be understood. This also has to be observed that if you take any number, then the number is factor of itself and the multiple of itself. Okay. And any number is the smallest multiple of itself. Okay. Any number is the smallest multiple of itself. Okay. Suppose if I talk about 12, then 12 is the smallest multiple of 12. Okay. 12 is the smallest multiple of 12. 12 is the smallest multiple of 12. After that you have 24 and after that you have 36. So all the multiples after 12 will be greater than 12. It means 12 is the smallest multiple of 12. Okay. If I write multiples of 15, then the first multiple will be 15 only. Okay. After that all the multiples of 15 will be going to be are going to be greater than 15. So 15 is the smallest multiple of 15. Okay. So any number is the smallest multiple of itself. So this has to be understood that a number is its smallest multiple. Okay. A number is its smallest multiple. But if you talk about factors, then it is just opposite. Okay. If I'm writing factors of 12, then the first factor is 1, after that 2, after that 3, after that we have 4, then we have 6, then we have 12. So 12 is the highest multiple highest factor of 12. Okay, 12 is the highest factor of 12. In the same way, if you write factors of 15, then you have 1, then you have 3, then you have 5, and then you have 15 itself. Okay, so 15 is the highest factor of 15. Okay, in the same way, any number is the highest factor of itself. Okay, any number is the highest factor of itself. So this also has to be understood that any number is the highest factor of itself. Okay. A number is the highest factor of itself. Okay, so I hope this is clear. Okay, so this was all about factors and multiples. I hope whatever has been taught here is clear to all of you, whoever is watching it. Okay, now after this lecture you will have no doubt while explaining factors and while explaining multiples. Okay, in the next video we'll discuss what are prime numbers and what are composite numbers with the help of the concept of factors and multiples. Okay, so you just go through it again and revise it again. Okay, thank you so much.